This is a story that I wrote a year ago, um, and it's called Argument for the Perpetuation of the American Dream. It's by me, Sam Dwyer. I just dropped Noah off at college 2 weeks ago, which is the only reason I pick up the phone when he calls. Dad, where did you and Mom meet? Why do you ask? Don't you already know this story? It's not really a good time for this. I'm at work now, son. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry to bother you. It's just, that I met a girl and I think I like her. Really? Already? Yep. Well, that's good, right? Very normal. Did you guys get drunk and sleep together? I hope you used protection, kid. No, we're just friends. I like her, but I'm not sure she feels the same way about me. My computer makes the noise that means I have an email. She'll let you touch her breasts? Yes. Well, good job, son. I'm real proud of you. Hang in there, and call me if there are any new developments. But Dad, what if I'm in love with her? I laugh. Where's she from? Pennsylvania. It's doubtful then. My son laughs. You're such a prick, Dad. I'm freaking working, you sarcastic little jerk. I'm glad to hear that you're having fun, but don't call me to brag about all the cuties you're surrounded with. Call your mother and ask her how we met. She's at home. She'd love to hear you and your peculiar sense of humor. I don't want to call Mom. She's driving me nuts. So what? Be the dutiful son that I know you've always aspired to be, and look beyond what you perceive to be your mother's petty concerns and foibles, which you must find irritating, but are in fact the way she expresses concern for you. I have to go now. I'll talk to you later. I love you. I love you too, Dad. We hung up, and I can't refocus on my work, so I wind down the day by reading the paper online until my assistant Pete asks if I'm going to take him out for a drink. At the bar across the street that caters to capitalist swine, he asks me how my son is settling into the whole college thing. I think he's doing well, Pete. He's a strange kid. It's hard to know exactly what he's up to. He found a girlfriend. In other news, now that he's out of his house, I'm thinking that it's a good time to get a divorce from Eleanor. Wow. Pete struggles to keep up. That's a big step. Gotta do something about my commute. Why doesn't she just move here? Eleanor likes New Jersey. Don't question the answers I give you, Pete. I finish my beer. Let's do a couple of shots of whiskey. For my son, who's likely doing the same thing instead of studying, because that's all he's ever done. And your future children. Bless them in their theoretical existence. Thank God. There are indeed many things which we can be thankful for, Peter. I admit to a shamefully great enjoyment of the tipsy drive home to my wife of 22 years, Eleanor Hunt, nay, Lopez, the belle of Ridgewood, New Jersey, the love of my life and the mother of my child. God, she is so lovely. So beautiful and smart, too. Her passions are long runs, literature and music, indulging our son and me, cooking and marijuana. I blare the horn and drive my Prius across the front lawn, blocking her Land Rover in the garage. I see her watching in the kitchen window, and I affect to stagger as I run up to the door, which I slam open. Hey, you animal! She pronounces this like animal. I've been waiting for you. She walks over to me from the kitchen, wearing a small, loose, bright green dress. Stop drinking so much before you come home. You're gonna kill somebody. I can't help it, babe. I'm a fucking drunk. You're like a bad Richard Ford imposter. Messily groping at Updike is what you are. I'll show you some messy groping. We smooch in the entrance hallway. I grab her ass and she smiles wickedly. Do you want me to cook the steak that I bought for you? Oh yeah. I give her another squeeze and then go upstairs to shower. When I come back downstairs in my bathrobe, I sing to her that I want to rock her gypsy soul, and in repayment she feeds me. I love you, I tell her after dinner. I love you too, she replies. Do you miss Noah? Yeah. He called me earlier today about some girl he met, and I almost cried on the phone. Not that we spent a lot of time together recently. I guess I have that classic, oh, he's not in his room anymore feeling. Do you miss him? Yes, so much. I cried all afternoon. Then when I finally stopped and felt well enough to begin dinner, I started again when I realized that I was only cooking for two. Oh, sweetheart, you still have me. I walk from my side of the table to hers and kneel on the floor with my head on her lap and my arms around her waist. We stay like this for a long period of time until my knees hurt, and then we go upstairs to bed. The next day I inform my employees of my intention to take the rest of the year off, and I promote Pete to acting Vice Admiral in Chief. A senior project manager complains that Pete's only 24, so I change Pete's nomenclatural status to simply Admiral and ask him if the project manager should be fired. Mercifully, he keeps him on board. I call it a day and take Pete out for lunch. Well, are you going to be able to handle it? I ask him over schnitzel and wine. I hope so, he says, fixating on the piece of bread he's buttering. You'll do fine, kid. You're smart. You've been a great assistant for the past year. You know how everything works. If there are any problems, you can call me. What are you doing, if you don't mind me asking? Spending more time at home. With Eleanor? You're not divorcing her? What happened? I changed my mind. Mind your own goddamn business, and don't ever repeat what I said to you to anyone else. Do you fucking understand me, Peter? Oh, I'm sorry. Pete looks down at his plate, red-faced and aghast. I shouldn't have pried. His upset makes me regret being so harsh, and I backtrack. No, it's okay. I understand that you're curious. I made a pretty big statement yesterday. It's just that, well, the thing about relationships is, they're complicated and difficult to talk about. Something happened. That's all I can say. Something happened, and I thought that I was going to have to do something, but I don't. I don't have to do anything. I just have to do something else for a while. Pete's confused. Your confusion echoes my own, I say. I call Eleanor from the road and tell her that I'm taking the afternoon off, and I'm on my way home. I appreciate how little traffic there is on the George Washington Bridge. It's sunny and warm, and I turn up a mix that Noah made for me after going through my music collection. I sing, I want to run, I want to hide, I want to tear down the walls that hold me inside. I want to reach out and touch the flame where the streets have no name. Then I sing, softly, even in the car by myself, you are my precious thing, thing of speed and beauty. You are my precious thing, as long as you remain beneath me. The song after that is a truly bizarre electronic number with shifting pitches and tonalities that gives me the physical sensation of being in a spinning bell. And then, I go crazy because my folks are so fucking rich. Have to score when I get that rich white punk itch. Sounds real classy living in a chateau. So lonely all the other kids will never know. Noah has no idea about any of this yet. I don't know why he put it on the CD. We moved out of the city and have lived in the suburbs for the past 10 years so that he wouldn't know. He was so jealous of his two cousins, my brother's kids, who lived in the city, living fancy off what our grandfather left us. Now they're drugged out and messed up, just like my loser brother. Not my boy. My boy played soccer after school and did his homework while his mom made dinner, after which he read before going to bed. That was the life that Eleanor and I